sight, out of my head, the blind leading the la 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 out of sight, out of my head, the blind leading the blind leading the blind end, the sign of the giant, out of sight, out of my head, the blind leading
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that was the wrong button for sure, but we're here, we're live. Welcome to the Value Wrestling. Welcome to this Monday Night Raw review on your Tuesday night, Mr. Senor Uno Supremo. El Uno Supremo over here already jiving and dancing and having a lot of fun. Over here, already getting the chat started. Something about chasing chubby bunnies and being a chubby bunny lover. I don't know. I don't get into the deep end of that pool. But anyways, you know me. I'm the Big Tyme. I'm here with Mr. Z. We're doing it like we always do it each and every week. Welcome to the show, Mr. Z. You ready to talk about this Monday Night Raw live from San Jose, California, which I'm sure, since we've been in that SAP arena when AEW was there, I'm sure this building was way more full than it was for that show.
Was a lot shorter time spent, too. Wow.
Well, I mean, they probably made 4 hours enjoyable where AEW just made you want to cry tears. I mean, even other people we talked to agreed with us that it was too long, like big name people that have some creed when it comes to wrestling that, you know, even agreed with us in that.
Well, yeah, of course. But all I want to know is if anyone got their hands on those shirts, I'd like to see them because the two shirts that were branded for the show were off like hotcakes. No one could get their hands on them.
Yeah, I heard they sold out pretty darn quickly.
Well, you see, like you said, you know, we know the merch line for a W show and we know how long it is versus the other show we went to in the same venue and we weren't that far from the merch at all.
Yeah, no, WWE had a line that went around half the building when I went to the show in Sacramento, and in AEW, when we went to their stand, we were up and in there before the first match even got on.
And luckily, yeah, because we got to see our boy, the Cartwheel, Jack Summit, live.
That was about the only reason worth going when it was all said and done.
Exactly.
Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this Monday Night Raw live from San Jose, California, which was a great show. Wasn't a full 3 hours, went 2.5 hours, probably threw off a lot of people, but they did put out the thing that Raw could be 3 hours, Raw could be 41 minutes. With it being on Netflix, we never know what we're going to get. Anyways, we start off with a recap of all the big events from Netflix, Raw, January 6th. We got all the playback of all that great stuff. Before we saw CM Punk pull in and make his way out to the arena. And Punk's here. And Punk can see things. And we can't forget Michael Cole talking about Punk being a hockey fan, but telling him the Hawks sucked. The Blackhawks of Chicago sucked. Even though they're in the house that the Sharks built, and the Sharks have never really done much in that house. Came close. A couple times. They've come close. They've gotten into a couple playoffs, but
twice.
They've never been what many people wish they could be. I don't know. Some people say, why do you have hockey in some cities like Arizona and San Jose? Anyway, CM Punk says he can see the not see me people, but he also can see a sign that nobody else can see as he points to the invisible WrestleMania sign. And he is here to get interrupted by Seth Rollins music. And Punk says on the mic, why can't it be Rhea Ripley? Why can't I get interrupted by Rhea Ripley? A great moment there. Rollins is here, and he says he was a man of his word. Because if he was a man of his word, he'd be CM Punk. And Punk came back with, but I'm still the winner, right? They go back and forth with their stuff before we get Drew McIntyre coming out. Of course, Punk's announced himself in the Rumble. This brought Seth Rollins out. Seth Rollins says, you beat me, but the only way to make sure your dreams don't come true and to end your career or make, the biggest loss of your career is by getting in the Royal Rumble. So we have CM Punk, Seth Rollins now in this moment entering the Royal Rumble. And then out brings Drew McIntyre. McIntyre compares how CM Punk and Seth Rollins are basically the same person. And they go back and forth. It sounds like McIntyre wants to go after Seth. He wants to go after Punk. They argue. They get ready for McIntyre to come down. And McIntyre doesn't come down and says that he is going to get in the Royal Rumble now. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have John Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre all going in to the Royal Rumble to start this whole thing off. What an exciting time. What a great way to open this show. Lots of fun here between Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, why not get the fans amped up? We're not that far off from the Royal Rumble. We're starting to build. I'm looking forward to that WrestleMania sign hanging from up above here pretty soon. And then really get amped up because right now, it's hot.
It's right around the corner.
It's in a great place, folks. It's hot. Yes.
Yeah. February 1st, ladies and gentlemen. February 1st. Only about 16, 17 days away.
That's going to be a lot for us. Yeah.
And then it's going to be on, and there's going to be a lot of names. They're going to throw their names in the hat. But, I mean, out of those first 5 names, they're all guaranteed. I mean, they're all people that you could say could win this. Roman Reigns, John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre. I think Punk wins it because Punk hasn't won it, and I think you need to give Punk the win while you have the chance. There's no guarantee for next year. I don't think Cena needs to win this. Again, I think I laid out the best scenario story for Cena. He can't win the Rumble. He can't win the Elimination Chamber. He gets the Money in the Bank in some funky way. Somehow it's just like by his happenstance, and then he carries it until the end of the year. His time's almost up. He's got to make a move, and then you go there. So. I think Roman is.
Way.
We got
a perfect way to end it.
Yeah, Roman, I think, has got destiny either with The Rock, or maybe Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. I don't know. We got to see where the storyline with everything goes. It's gonna be interesting.
Speaking of Jacob Fatu, today marked the 1-year anniversary that I got us our very first shout out.
Yes.
How legit is that? We love you, Jacob. Just so you know.
Anyways, we started our first match. Chad Gable representing American Made. Hey, I always got to say that. And we're here to find out who his mystery opponent is, which has been the worst kept secret in the business since the morning they announced all the new gear. And we get Penta in WWE in San Jose. Everybody was giving a whole lot of crap to WWE for not debuting him on the debut episode of Netflix in LA. There was too many big names, too many big matches. Penta arriving in San Jose, making his debut, got the pop he deserved, the pop he needed, the pop that made it all worth it. WWE just showed everybody why they're the best at what they do because they made a debut. They made a star. We have, he was there in the crowd. Clips 500. NHL Clips 500.
Oh, yeah.
NHL Clips. Who's in NHL Clips? There's a I don't know who that is. Is there a Clippers team in the NHL?
I don't know.
Or is there a nickname?
But
anyways.
no.
Well, glad you were there. Glad you had a fun.
Okay, but yeah, thanks. Yes, I was gonna say thanks for being there. That pop is exactly what we were calling.
Yes.
You needed to get him into San Jose, get him amongst the hot crowd that goes to New Japan shows, that's constantly going to your local independents who know who this man is, to give him the proper pop and respect that man deserved walking in.
This was a solid match. Yes, there was a couple little moments there, but hey, I've heard stories that there's one thing when it comes to wrestling, it's not really a botch. It's not really a screw up unless you let it be a screw up. So if you don't admit it, and Penta and Chad just kept going. They didn't let the little moments of these matches stop them from doing what they were doing. Everything about Penta and the night was solid. The debut, the pop was perfect in San Jose. And the other great thing is you could see why Penta was paired with Gable in his debut match here. Because if you understand the in-ring work, you understand there's an American style and there's a Mexican style, and they work from the opposite sides. And Gable was able to do that. Gable was able to work the Mexican style to help put over Penta. Now, that's just having to be from the inside and being able to see all that. But, yes, Gable was able to do the Mexican style with Penta, which is a very different style. And Penta hitting all the great moves, hitting a Penta driver. 13 minutes, 26 seconds. Solid match. Then post-match, Penta spoke a little bit in English, which was impressive because we never heard him really speak English in AEW. Literally never really heard him speak too much. And then went off in Spanish. And the great thing is about if you go back and watch the Netflix in closed caption, they give you the translation in English. So if you want to know what he said, you can go back and watch it and get all the details. But a solid promo. Penta went on, calling San Jose his new home. He was happy to be here. Penta felt like he did like Punk did in a way. Punk said he was home. Penta felt like he was home after all of this. You could just see this happiness, this elation, this feeling of being here in WWE at the top of the mountain. You could feel that Penta understands what it's all about now.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. And to everybody that was cracking the jokes of, oh, look at this person crying. Let's go ahead and make your point right now. That was his family in the front row.
Yes.
Very proud of him, very happy for him to get to be on that stage that he so rightly deserved to be on.
Did we ever see Penta's family in AEW?
The other joke I seen was, holy crap.
Yeah, that's my point. No.
That's the rough part.
No.
But then you seen, and then of course the jokes that are cracked when you come back, when you come to WWE, holy crap, there's fans on the hard camera side, folks. There's people over there, and you could tell a lot of AEW wrestlers that come here didn't realize that. But then again, It's all good.
Yeah, you have to. The one question I would love to ask Penta is, how does it feel to be in a full building? To have fans on both sides. Deep.
Weren't we just there not that long ago and it wasn't that?
No, it wasn't. Anyways, Penta did all his stuff. We got the Penta El Zero Mira. And it's now not just the Netflix era, it's the Penta era. Penta looking solid. Can't wait to see what he does. The whole post-match was just a beautiful moment. Wholesome. The whole match just went so well. Yes, it did. It did. Thank you, Clips. It was solid.
Oh, yeah. It nailed everything. Well, I was excited to watch it. I was super juiced. Great stuff.
Anyways, we're in the back with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez come in to talk to the rest of Judgment Day. They aren't happy with Balor. They talk about revenge. Here is Dominic Mysterio with flowers for Morgan. He's a little confused and thinks she's not mad at all. The flowers get thrown around, and Dominic says, I don't think she's mad at me. Balor tells him he's got a lot to learn. He asks Balor if he should help him tonight, and Balor tells him, no, you need to focus on your lady issues. Great segment here with Judgment Day and all those factors helping continue that story going forward.
Yeah, no complaints there. I cracked up because it's like you're showing how young the man is. So it's like, I don't think she's really bad. Like, they say high school. It's all good.
Anyway, Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser in another solid match that went 9 minutes, 26 seconds. Kaiser goes to get the shillelagh, but Sheamus knees him in the face for 2 instead. Back up, Kaiser manages a knockdown of his own before loading up a bro kick. It doesn't hit, and Sheamus hits one of his own and gets the 1, 2, 3. Post-match, Sheamus is out talking to Pat McAfee when all of a sudden Braun Breaker stands up in the crowd. They have a stare down. Shoving ensues. It's Sheamus. It's Braun Breaker. We're building towards another storyline here. We'll have to wait and see what will be Sheamus and Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. Will Sheamus finally get the belt that has eluded him his whole entire career?
You thinking he might get that Triple Crown finally?
We'll have to wait and see. Well, he'd be a Grand Slam, wouldn't he? He's a former United States champion, a former WWE champion, a former tag team champion.
Yeah, that would be a Grand Slam champ. All right, yeah, that would be the Grand Slam champion. Gotcha.
Seth Rollins is ready to face Drew McIntyre next week right here on Netflix, right here on Raw. They will go down. As Rollins goes to leave, he runs into Sami Zayn, who says he is here to talk if Rollins needs someone. Rollins thinks Zayn must have had a great late last week when Roman Reigns won Tribal Combat, which doesn't sit well with him. And of course, Drew McIntyre talked about this earlier, that CM Punk feuding with Seth Rollins is, the least of the worries, because it's the fact that Roman Reigns is now the tribal chief again, and we should all be worried about what that means. And nobody else seems to care. So it's interesting they're carrying on this storyline about who's aligning with who. Drew McIntyre not happy that Roman Reigns is in charge after everything he did. Kevin Owens not happy with Roman Reigns and the position he's in and everybody that's helping him, and Seth Rollins kind of getting in it and out of this mix.
Are we building a War Games already?
Maybe.
Is that what's going on here? All right. I'm all for it. Keep cooking, Triple H. You're good, man.
Anyways, Karrion Kross rants on Miz about the Wyatt 6 being moved to SmackDown. Sami Zayn comes in to talk to Adam Pearce, but Kross stops him, saying he found Zayn's talk with Seth Rollins interesting. Miz says that if we're talking about world champions, we don't need to worry about Zayn. That doesn't work with Zayn, who's going to get a match with Miz tonight. Kross seems to approve and laughs as Miz says, we have a deal with Zayn. Anyways, Gunther is out for a chat. Gunther was impressed with the presentation last week, but there were a lot of people arguing over things like being the best in the world and being the tribal chief. The title is the only thing that matters, and here is Yeet Jey Uso to interrupt. Jey is willing to come after that title, and he will do it at Saturday night's main event on January 25th. Yes, January 25th, the next Monday. Next Saturday's main event will come to us live, I believe, from San Antonio, Texas, if I recall all that information.
We're going to be busy. We're going to be busy that day then.
Yes, we will be. Gunther isn't impressed, even though Jey is funny. He isn't even on Gunther's level. The title match is on, though. Gunther's goes to leave, but Jey cuts him off, saying that everything Gunther said is true. It's true that Jey isn't supposed to be here, but he has bet on himself and is still trying to earn that respect. That's what he'll do on Saturday main event. That doesn't feel like a major match, but I'm sure it is supposed to. Anyways, It's going to lead into the storyline. It's going to be a big deal. It's going to be interesting how they get out of that one in a solid match. But Jey Uso, Gunther for the WWE World Title, Saturday main event, January 25th.
No, I'm okay with that. I mean, whatever you're gonna, whatever they're gonna pull, whether it be win or loss, as far as who's going over, we already know who will win. It's a matter of what they're gonna do to make that happen. If there's gonna be outside interference by a couple of rogue bloodline members, we'll have to see.
It's going to get real interesting on how it all goes down. We're just going to have to wait and see. Anyways, up next, we get this video package of how we got here. It's the Women's Intercontinental title match. We are going to crown the first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion. Dakota Kai, Lyra Valkyria, all working so hard to get here, giving us a solid back and forth match. Going for the GTK, connects on Valkyria, who rolls outside for the save. Kai misses a running kick in the corner, though, and gets caught in something like a running Randy Orton backbreaker. The Nightwing makes Valkyria the 1, 2, 3, and the first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion. We see the presentation, Lyra Valkyria becoming the first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion. Either of these women were well deserving. This was a solid match. Can't be mad about it. I think everything worked out the way it needed to.
Either one of them, I would have been happy, but either one of them winning. Either one of them deserved it. Lyra Valkyria picking up the win. I'm totally behind that. It's not as what we were calling for the women's U.S. title, where we felt only one person deserved that more than the other. This one, either one of them, I would have been chill with the winner, but they're moving on with Lyra. Let's see what happens.
Anyways, after that, we had The Miz versus Sami Zayn. The Miz takes him into the corner and hammers away before mocking Zayn's theme music. A quick axe handle gets Zayn out of trouble, but Miz elbows him down. More mockery ensues, but Zayn hits a hammer. Zayn with suplexes for a 2, grabs a quickly broken full Nelson back up. Haluva kick from Zayn, followed up by the Blue Thunder Bomb. This match went 4 minutes, 8 seconds. Quick match to dismiss The Miz. Sami Zayn with a giant win here tonight.
Damn. I watching this match firsthand, I was like, well, that was quick. I mean, just made Miz out to be just the biggest, whatever you want to call it, I've ever seen. But all right. Miz, Sami Zayn picking up the big solid W. That's good.
Yes. Afterwards, we found out that on Saturday main event, Braun Breaker will have to defend the Intercontinental title against Sheamus. Anyways, Rhea Ripley is out to brag about being women's champion again. She's back on top, and even though she sounds like a broken record, here she is. Out comes Nia Jax saying she's here as part of the transfer window and can't take listening to this anymore. She's going to win the Royal Rumble and take whichever title she wants. Tiffany Stratton might think she's at the top, but Ripley might think... Tiffany Stratton might think she's at the top. Ripley might think she's at the top. And Bayley at ringside, why is she here? Bayley reminds Jax that she's from here. Yes, Bayley, the hometown girl. So Jax throws in some more mocking, which is enough for Bayley to get in the ring. And we get a breakdown here between all three women. Some great stuff coming forward. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, Nia Jax with the BBL comment again. I mean, it was nice the first time. Now it's just repetitive. I don't think Nia needs to be on a mic. Let's be honest. But if she can be presented differently, I'm all for it. I don't see her getting another title shot anytime soon. But I'm not the Booker man, so it's all good.
It's all wait and see how it comes out. Anyways, the final match, the main event of the night. We know that New Day is returning next week to the ring, and the Hall of Famer and the Wild, the true outlaw, JBL, is going to be on Raw next week. JBL returns home. Anyways, the main event came up: Damian Priest versus Finn Balor in a street fight, and this was what you thought it would be, a street fight. At one point, Damian Priest and Balor fight out into the crowd, and Damian Priest hits a Falcon Arrow that sends Balor crashing through tables. They set Balor on a stretcher. Priest doesn't want this and pushes everybody away, chases down, and beats Balor on the stretcher, unhooks the stretcher, and sends Balor down the rampway, crashing into the ring. Continues to be down to Balor. Eventually, Carlito and JD McDonough come down to help out, setting up and helping Balor to the top rope to hit a coup de grace that doesn't get the pin. This then brought out the War Raiders in more true War Raiders feel than the oversold of the Viking Raiders. Great stuff. Balor unloads with a bunch of chair shots, but Priest gets a South of Heaven for 2. Back up, Balor double stomps him through a table on the floor, but Priest gets in a drive-through dive through the barricade. Priest razor edges Balor through a table, and another South of Heaven at 17 minutes 16 seconds. Priest getting the big win over Balor last night in a big major way. What a solid match. Hopefully, and maybe this should be the end to it all. We'll just have to wait and see. Is Priest finally done with the Judgment Day and Balor?
Well, hopefully. I mean, this should have been the climactic end to all of that, which was insane to watch. Like I said, I had family there last night, and they were like they had to watch most of it on the screen because it did go into areas of the arena that you couldn't see from your point of view.
Yeah.
And that's what a street fight is, honestly. Yeah, no, I'm solid with it. It was a great match. Will I watch it again? Yeah, I might have to because I was half asleep watching it, but still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. So we're just going to have to wait and see how it all comes together going forward. Lots of great stuff. Royal Rumble right around the corner. Raw set up for next week. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre should be interesting. We got a couple more weeks to go, and the party's on. But that was your Monday Night Raw for January 13th. Last night. Go ahead, sir.
Real quick. My fam just texted me. They got a dark match. They had Bayley and Nia Jax in a dark match. Bayley
Makes sense.
Picking up the big win. And another dark match. LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura ended in a DQ. Solid match. So the fans got a little treat at the end of the night. That's awesome.
Solid stuff. Can't wait to see how this all comes together as we move forward into Royal Rumble season. Should be fun. And then we'll be on the road to WrestleMania 40, ladies and gentlemen, or 41, excuse me, in Las Vegas, Nevada.
41.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is what's going down. Great action. It is Tuesday night. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow it's ready to go, so be ready. Stay tuned. Make sure you like on this video. Subscribe to be part of the VOW Wrestling family. Ring that bell for notifications because tomorrow you're going to get to see the Japan. Yes, Japan Wrestling. You're going to get to see Mr. El Uno Supremo bring you the Rebound podcast where he talks about everything Japanese wrestling from Battle in the Valley to Stardom, Dragon's Gate, and all the stuff in between. Lots of great stuff there to check out. So make sure you're checking that out. Tomorrow, Thursday, we'll be back with the IWCP, the Independent Wrestling and the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast, where we will really be hyping up this next weekend as January 19th, next Sunday, will be SPW, Supreme Pro Wrestling's Loyalty Show, the first show of 2025, where it'll be the standard bearer, the stage setter, the bar bearer. It will set everything in place for what is coming in 2025 as we build to the biggest event in SPW history when they come to their 25th anniversary show on April 27th, when they bring you SPW 1 Supreme Night. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be talking about all that. We'll be talking about Ugly Dojo's show coming up on the 25th, the same day as Sunday night's main event. But earlier today, around noon at 12 p.m. in Sacramento, California, it's going to be Matinee Mayhem with Ugly Dojo. So you definitely want to be there. It looks like February is going to be booked out. As we know, there is February 7th with Hood Slam that we're still finalizing the details on. February 15th, which is Stocktoncon with Joe Hendry and Booker T. And speaking of Joe Hendry, ladies and gentlemen, very recently, not even recently, it's been like a year, about Joe Hendry's first action figure went on pre-sale. And well, ladies and gentlemen, it has finally arrived in my hands today. But I plan to get signed by the man himself. I will say his name and he'll appear. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the one and only Joe Hendry. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Major Bendy's first action figure for Joe Hendry. Yes, I have come to understand. Part of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, Major Bendy's. I believe in Joe Hendry. Great stuff. A little card with it.
Oh, yeah.
And Joe Hendry is so prestigious. The Joe Hendry Bendy action figure. And what you gotta love about these Bendies is the case here. Like, you can slide off the stock card. You can open this up and then slide it right back on. But I won't do that. But yeah, we could get that signed by one Joe Hendry when he comes to Stocktoncon. Of course, February 16th, we should be back at SPW in the Soccer World Indoor Arena, getting ready for their next event in February. And I hear rumors that there's a show on February 21st that Chuppy might be at. I don't know if these rumors are true, if there's a show going down on February 21st, but as I read it, as I saw it, there might be a show that we may be going to and seeing Chuppy again. I just haven't seen the real announcement for it. I keep checking for it, though. So we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully Chuppy's not selling something that we don't know about yet. But hey, go ahead.
You're mentioning the first Friday of February, which I'm going to slowly hide under my desk and hope you forget that that's supposed to happen.
What's supposed to happen, sir?
Maybe.
Are you talking about what's supposed to happen on February 7th?
Can we not?
February 7th at Hood Slam? When we meet Rick Scott Stoner and Scott's Rick Stoner, and we take a trip to Stoner U, and hopefully they'll let you get a little bit high before they torture you? Is that, is that what you're talking about, sir? Or should we talk about, January 19th, when Timothy Thatcher will be at SPW Loyalty? I was trying to keep a Monday Night Raw review about Monday Night Raw. I was going to keep all that for Thursday. But hey, if you want to talk about getting chopped by Timothy Thatcher, I have reason and rumors to believe that Titus Alexander may still be stateside by next Sunday.
No.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
No.
You're going to run and hide? I got a whole plethora of a roster that'd be happy to chase you down. I know somebody who can run. They act like they can't run, but I can guarantee you this big boy can run and chase you down. It's like a locomotive coming at you.
Hey, no one knows how fast Sheba could run except for you, sir.
Yeah, you were there to see it too, so don't even play.
Well, folks, if y'all want to donate to my burial,
ladies and gentlemen, we will start a GoFundMe for his burial and all the things he will need after he gets chopped down like a tree. Timothy Thatcher, Titus Alexander, the Stoner Brothers in stereo, and the list is still growing. If everything comes together, I think we're gonna have a clipboard very soon I will have to carry around because I've got to keep the list. If he gets a hold of the list, he'll try and trash it. We know what he'll do. He'll be over there wide out. You're like, no, there's too many names on here that are missing. Not cool, bro. Not cool. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're here Thursday for the IWCP, the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast. We're going to talk about everything independent wrestling, anything new. Friday, hopefully back here with your SmackDown post-show review. Saturdays, we should be off, and Sunday will be SPW Loyalty, so no weekly roundup podcast on Sunday. But get ready for everything that's coming out with that. Make sure you're signed up, tuned in following us right here on the Value Wrestling. And also go check out the SPW's YouTube page, because hopefully we'll bring some great stuff to that channel. If you need any more information about anything, check all the links in the description of this video below. Our link trees there, how to contact us and get in touch with us. SPW information, Ugly Dojo information. There is such a plethora of information. Make sure you're tuned in and keep up with everything going on. But yeah, it's a busy week, and it's really the last few days of kind of a lull for us before it kicks off, because we're talking January 19th, January 25th, February 7th, February 15th, February 16th, possibly February 21st, March 1st. We should be booking a date, and then we're gonna roll right into March, and then April is gonna be more crazy than a clown car in the middle of the Ringlings and Brothers circus show in the middle of Circus in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Me.
Big Mama Cool. Me. Yeah. That's the story. We can't wait to get more information. We can't wait to break it all down for you, ladies and gentlemen. Things are going to get red hot, and we're just excited to see all the things that are going, and we just hope that you'll join us and be part of the Value Wrestling family, because we are promising you it's only going to get better from here.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's your Monday Night Raw review. Get ready for tomorrow's Rebound podcast. It'll be live on the channel. So make sure you're tuned in for that. Join us Thursday, the IWCP. We're going to talk about everything independent wrestling. So be here for that. Anything else, Mr. Z?
Oh, yeah. Nah, let's get out of here and get ready for tomorrow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you on the next one.